Hello, my friends. Greetings from Vienna, Austria. Today I'm going to talk about a few images I received from Marlon, who asked me about my opinion about sellability of these images in stock photography. So I'm not going to talk about artistic quality of these images, but rather what I think, how well these images can sell in stock. I will also answer a few questions I received from other people in regard to stock photography. Let's talk about this first image. It's a skyscraper shot from below. Very usual composition. Many photographers do this thing. I like the picture. It looks really good, and it's also have some concept behind it. You can talk about like business growing up to the skies, or just in general business, architecture, things like that. So I think it's a sellable image. It's quite common, so you probably will have quite a lot of competition in this area, but still it also have a nice negative space between two buildings where you can put a caption or title or text. So I think this image is actually pretty good for stock photography. Second image is this beautiful rainbow over the mountain and the sea with the boat. Here I have a few reservations because even though picture is very nice, the thing is you need to try to create very generic images what can be sold at different circumstances, different ideas, and also different geographies. By keeping boat in the picture, you limited it to Southeast Asia. I assume that's Philippines. I would recommend to have the same image without the boat. Then you have very generic image. You have a sea, you have a mountain, and you have a rainbow. And this can be used for anything from travel brochure to airline magazine to whatever. Boat really limits sellability of this image because it's kind of puts it into certain geography, and I think it just limits the chances to sell it more. Now this image, I think it's black and white. It's a couple in the boat during the rain with umbrella. It's a really nice image. I really like it. I just can't really figure out how you can sell it for what. I don't think it has a lot of chances to be sold, maybe once, but not more than that. And finally is this blue image of a lamppost reflected in the puddles on a wooden floor. It's a nice image. I really like it. You can print it, put it on the wall at home, but in respect to stock photography, I'm not so sure. Maybe it will be sold once, you never know, but I don't see a lot of uses for this kind of image. Which brings me to the whole thing what I noticed with other photographers, because I got images from other photographers and I talked to them, is I think there is a misunderstanding. What is a stock photography? Some people even ask me which images stock agencies will buy. Stock images don't buy anything. We are creators, we're producing images. Stock images are brokers. They resell our images to clients. So they don't pay anything. All they do is they look at your images from position of technical quality, of course, and they also know the market, so they will look and think, okay, can we sell this image or not? And that will be their decision in accepting or rejecting the image. That's it. The people who buy the images are actually other creatives, art directors, graphic designers, photo editors. So you need to think about your images from their position. In this respect, for example, if we're looking at this image of blue wooden floor with reflection of a lamppost, we ask ourselves a question: how I can use this image? Why would I buy this image? Can I use it for travel? Probably not. Maybe for blue filter for the camera. So it's really important to understand and look at your images from position of a buyer, not a creator. Because buyers don't just buy pretty pictures, they buy pictures they can use on the cover of a magazine, on a website, on all other kinds of designs. So if you feel that this image can be used to promote a product or a service, then that's gonna sell. If it's kind of just abstract something, then yeah, it can sell maybe once, you never know. But the possibilities of more sales will be severely limited because there's not much behind it. And another thing what struck me with many images from Marlon as well as from other photographers I saw is that your images are highly processed. Stock photography doesn't work like this. Stock photography, in a way, we supply creatives with materials so they can create their own things. In a way, it's like you're a chef in a restaurant and you go to the market and you want to buy the best fish and the best vegetables and the best meat. so you can cook your dishes. So you don't want cooked food because that's your job. And in this respect, when photographers send me images and they beautiful images, but they're highly processed already. They're already adjusted for color, they're for contrast and so on, way beyond just kind of normal profile. Then you don't leave any space for designers and for other creatives who are going to use and buy your images in the first place to do their things, because if your image have very tight crop, there is nothing they can do. If it's already processed that your blacks are already crushed and your highlights are already clipped, again, they can't do anything with it. You need to give them something to work with. So your images need to be with different ideas and concepts and so on, but also on a technical level, you need to provide them the widest possible quality so they can work with it. So if they want to make it high contrast, they can. But if they want to make it low contrast, they can. If they want to use color image as a black and white, they can. If you give them black and white, that's it. There's nothing they can do. They can't color it. So you need to think from position that basically you provide raw material for other creatives. So don't try to be too creative and just process your images in Photoshop or Lightroom or whatever, and then this image is done. There's nothing else to do with it. And that's a very important concept, because I saw it with many photographers. Images are way too processed for other creatives to do something with them. All right, this is it about images. Let's talk about questions. I got a question from one photographer. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce his name. Irm, something like that. I apologize. My name is destroyed usually. He's going to Greece with his family, and he's asking if he's taking pictures of the beach and there's hotels on the beach. Does he need the property release? Yeah, if hotels are easily identifiable, especially if they have like a sign of the name of the hotel, absolutely. Because you can really use commercial images where properties or people are recognizable. If they are blurry on the background, no problem. But I must say, it's also the whole idea that you will be taking pictures of the beach in Greece is not particularly good for stock photography, because you probably have 10 million images like this. If you go with your family, take cute pictures of your children playing in the sand, other members of your family playing in the water, and focus on them. So even if there's hotels in the background, they'll be out of focus. And these images are bestsellers as lifestyle images of family on the beach in Greece. It's like perfect composition. Don't go just for generic pictures of the beaches, because there's so many of them. There are millions and millions of them on the market. I doubt that you can sell anything or very little. I'm sorry, I'm going to read questions because I can't remember them. These questions are from Andrew. He's asking me, how do you process and render your 4K footage when you are traveling and when you are at home? Let's start with home. At home, I have a laptop. It's a nice Asus laptop, but it's 2 years old. So it's not like most powerful and not the newest one. And I use DaVinci Resolve because I like that it can render clips separately. So I can just put many clips on the timeline and render them as separate clips and then upload them to the agency. And it works just fine. No problem here. Even though it's 2 years old, it still can push it. And like I said, I paid something like $1,400 for it. So it's not like top of the line $3,000 laptop. I don't know, works for me. In respect to how I process images on the go, I talked about it before. I do it with my iPad. iPad have fantastic app called LumaFusion. I use this app to create all these videos. Actually, if you look back, all my videos on this trip, from simple vlogs to my stories, where it includes music and sound and voice and different effects and transitions. It's all done in LumaFusion. It's for me, it's a lifesaver because I can't possibly carry my laptop with me. It's like $20 in App Store. And a quick disclosure, equipment and software I'm talking in here, I'm not affiliated with these companies. It's not promotional video of any kind. It's just my opinion about products I actually use. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. It's Saturday and it's sunny. I lost 2 weeks of bad weather Whole trip to Munich was for nothing, huge financial loss for me. And first week in Vienna here was also rain, and it was cold, like 5-8 degrees Celsius. And finally, yesterday, sunny weather started. I was running around like crazy, taking pictures, trying to compensate all the lost time. Today, I'm going to do it again tomorrow, and I think the day after tomorrow rain starts. Was not much luck. See you next week.